I want us to delve even deeper in this topic and learn about financial literacy skills. And as I was preparing for this course, I saw an article by Susan Shaki, and she was explaining financial literacy skills. And she defined financial literacy skills as a means of having the confidence and knowledge and skills needed to make financial decisions that promote financial sufficiency, stability, and well-being. Again, in her article, Susan showcased 3 facets of financial literacy, which number 1 is knowledge. What you're getting now is knowledge. Number 2 is skills. Skills involve critical thinking, problem solving, self-awareness, adaptability. And the last but not least is confidence. When you have knowledge and you combine it with the skills, you'll have the confidence to go about this life in a way that you're able to propel your life to the next level. So when you combine these 3 facets, you're able to be financially stable and self-reliant. And this way, you're able to contribute in an impactful way in your community and in your church. And that way, you're able to bring church development forth, from finishing building of churches to helping your pastor have a motorbike and bringing even more and more opportunities in your churches and in your community. A key to financial literacy is the ability to apply core skills that can boost capacity to make informed and intentional decisions. We're going to tie this to what Susan had talked about skills. And I want to give you 5 examples of core skills that you may need that will help you to be financially sustainable. Number 1 is critical thinking. At the core of financial literacy, it is the ability to think critically about the potential consequences of action. You need to think, why am I taking a loan? Why do I need this purchase? Why do I need to have a budget? And this is going to help you make better informed decisions every day of your life. The second skill we're going to talk about is problem solving. In money management, you always have to solve issues here and there, because sometimes you even have to debate, do I purchase this and leave this? These are problem solving skills that you'll have to solve. The second skill that I want us to talk about is problem solving. Problem solving is a very important skill that we need in our lives, whether in financial matters or even other issues. And managing money day-to-day basis requires problem solving and even decision making about what purchases to make and have in regular management of money on a day-to-day basis. The third skill is communication. We always need to communicate. Like now what I'm doing, this is communication. I'm communicating to you about financial literacy. If you're married and you have a spouse, you have to discuss about financial literacy. If you are a married couple, you have to discuss financial matters about your home, about individual goals, and also goals that you have together as a family. So communication is very important in life and in also financial matters. The fourth skill that we're going to talk about is processing and analyzing information. Well, we talked about how to get knowledge, how to gather information, and from that you make an informed decision. Do you need a education policy right now for your children? Do you need a life insurance now for your life? Do you need to plan ahead for your retirement and benefit and plan? These are things that you need to analyze and process. The fifth skill is self-awareness. You need to know what are your personal values in life, what are your personal goals in life, so that you can align them with your financial plan to stability and self-reliance. The sixth skill is being able to navigate system. You should be able to navigate through this life, and you should know the system and the workings of even where you come from. If the government requires you to pay tax, you have to pay tax. If the church requires you to pay your tithing and have offering, you have to be part of that system, because there's a system working for that particular situation or a home. The last but not least is being able to adapt and being willing to learn. Like what you're doing right now, you're learning. And we need to be able to adapt. COVID taught us that we need to adapt to a new life of system. After COVID, we have realized that you're moving more and more into mobile money. And that has helped even another aspect of economy growing. So we need to adapt and continue to change every day and learn how the world is working and how the world is running. Do not assume that you are coming from a village that is very interior, that some changes will not affect you. No, it will affect you, because even from where we're coming from, we know that we have been able to change and adapt to the new system, even to the new government that we have right now. My dear friends, I hope you're following up with this course and that you're intermarrying the information that I'm giving you, and even take time later on to internalize it and analyze this information. So I want to talk to you about financial well-being and the qualities that one needs to have that is relevant to everyone from all over the world. And there are only 4. The first one is having control of your day-to-day, month-to-month finances. Who not want to be in charge of their own finances? I challenge you to be in charge of your finances. The second quality is having the capacity to absorb financial shock. We all know that we live in a fallen world, and we know that anything can happen. COVID was a good teacher of that things can happen and that you need financial shock. So I'm here to challenge you, plan yourself well so that when challenges come, whether you've lost a job, whether your crops in the farm have failed, or even your livestock have all died, how are you able to absorb that kind of a shock? How are you able to absorb that kind of a shaking that has come your way? The third one is the ability to remain on track to meet financial goals. I want to challenge you to have financial goals, whether long-term or short-term, and make sure you are able to keep your track. Are you able to track what are your goals? How are you spending money? How are you investing? How are you paying up your loans? The fourth one and the last one is the ability to have financial freedom. Who will not want to have financial freedom? Any one of us here would want that, including myself. So I challenge all of us to be able to work toward financial freedom that will allow you to enjoy life and have self-sustainability. So on the last part of our teaching today, I want us to look at the steps we take for financial literacy. And the steps we are taking here is to help you be sustainable. It is to help you to have financial well-being. It is to help you to have a better future. Even in the Bible context, Jesus Christ, when he was commissioning Christians to go out there and preach the gospel, he told them to take the first step. I'm here to challenge you to take the first step with me. And the first step is budgeting and tracking. So budgeting is to create your monthly income and expenses and allocate what is necessary for your day-to-day activities, as well as how are you going to pay for your loans, how are you going to save up, how are you going to put up for investment. Another aspect is to track your spending. Don't be afraid to track your spending. Don't be afraid to lay it down, what you are planning to do for month to month to month. And when you're married, do this activity and exercise with your partner so that you can be in harmony, because when God commands blessing, where there is unity. And the second step we're going to take is debt management. Let us not be scared of debt. We all have debt, we all take debts. So it is just, how do you manage your debt? There are good debts and there are bad debts. Make sure the debt you have is a good one. Make sure you're able to plan and manage your debt. And please remember to pay off your debt. No matter how big or small it is good not to be owing money to other people. The third step is education and learning. What you're doing right now, this is learning. This is part of your education. I will encourage you to take the next bold step and do more research. From her getting books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like Psychology of Money, and very many others that are out there. Please challenge yourself to read and to learn and understand more on financial topic. I'll also encourage you to take up courses. I remember, like my local bank, they keep sending me messages on money matters that are out there in our local community and in our local centers. When you get such messages, do not avoid or do not assume them. Take up the step of going and learning. You will learn one or two things that will help you, not only now, but also in the future. And your generation will be grateful for what you have done. The fourth step is saving and investment. I want to encourage you, let us have a saving culture. Let us have a culture of also investing. Do not be afraid to invest, and not just have one investment. Have 2, 3, 4, 5. And sometimes you may wonder, do I need a lot of money to have investment? No. An investment could also mean buying even a chicken. Because when you buy one chicken and you raise it for 3, 4, 5 months, it will be able to lay eggs. Within no time, the chicken has its own little chicks. Have your money not multiplied? Has your investment not multiplied? So when you even sell the mother hen, you'll be left with the chicks. That is also part of investment. The fifth one is taking other important steps, which include having goals, which includes living within your means. Sometimes, even as young people, we want a flashy life. We want luxury. We want what we see on social media. But in reality, you cannot afford that right now. Please not be afraid to live within your means. Have a budget and stick to it, and it will save you a lot of troubles. And be mindful of credit. Don't be too quick. I know there are so many apps out there that are lending money, but take chance and know that, number one, they are lending money at a very, very high interest. Do you really need that money? Do you really need to have a loan? Do you really need to expose yourself to stress? Because that is stress that will come your way if you're not able to pay. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have learned. I hope you have gained new knowledge. I hope you have gained even new skills that will take your life to the next level, that will help you be sustainable. And when you as an individual are sustainable, your family is going to be sustainable, your society is going to be sustainable, and you're going to bring development back to our churches, back to our homes, back to our communities. I want to encourage you to take this bold step with me. Thank you.